This is a true story. 5 divers were sucked into a pipeline due to immense pressure when they opened a valve underwater. The powerful force pulled them in along with their equipment. Fortunately, they landed in a section that still contained some oxygen, but 2 of them suffered fractures, while the rest had abrasions. Trapped in complete darkness, surrounded by a toxic mix of oil and seawater, their situation seemed hopeless. Then, one of them suggested they crawl forward rather than wait for death. Enduring pain and exhaustion, they moved ahead slowly. After an hour, Chris, leading the way, noticed the water level rising. The only way forward was to dive, but their equipment was gone. With 2 of them injured, it was a dangerous risk. Chris made a decision. He would dive alone, promising to return if he survived. Holding his breath, he plunged into the water. After what felt like an eternity, he reached an air pocket and gasped for breath. However, the pipeline ahead was nearly submerged. With no choice, he took another deep breath and swam forward. Just as he was about to lose consciousness, his hand brushed against something, an oxygen tank. Fueled by hope, he pressed on. Time dragged on as he swam through the murky pipeline, his oxygen running low again. Miraculously, he found another tank, enduring the stench of oil and seawater as he continued. After what seemed like hours, he reached a bend. Summoning his last bit of strength, he swam upward and finally surfaced, gasping for air. With all his might, he screamed for help. By now, over 2 hours had passed. His colleagues aboard the ship realized something was wrong and found him. Before collapsing, Chris explained the dire situation. But when he awoke in the hospital, he learned the oil company refused to conduct a rescue, citing costs. Though a search team confirmed survivors through tapping signals, the company abandoned them. 5 days later, the trapped divers were declared dead. Autopsies revealed they survived 4 days before succumbing to despair. What could have been a heroic rescue became a tragic case of corporate greed. Chris sued, but the trial kept getting postponed indefinitely.